time again for Tennessee, Tuxedo and his tales.
Come on and see, Tennessee Tuxedo.
D.
Tennessee Tuxedo.
We will be parachuting for your pleasure, sailing seas in search of treasure, anything so he can measure up to men.
That's Tennessee Tuxedo.
A small penguin who tries but can't succeed, though he may fail. As he vies for fame and glory, still he tries in each new story tale.
Wonderful, Flunky. At last we have our very own duck-billed platypus.
Yeah, boss, but it's too bad we had to use Tennessee and Chumley's swimming pool for the platypus's home, you know. I hope that won't cause trouble.
Trouble? That pesky penguin and walrus should be glad to give up their swimming pool to a rare attraction like a platypus. Come along, Flunky. We'll go tell Tennessee about it right now.
Yes, sir, Chumley. There is nothing like a refreshing swim to pep you up.
Yeah, Tennessee. And it's sure lucky we've got our own private swimming pool.
No more than we deserve. And you can... What's that?
Gee, Tennessee, it looks like a boy, a fish, a beaver. Gee, what is it?
A platypus, my toothy friend. And I'd like to have a little privacy.
Privacy? Why, you bird brain, you're in our swimming pool. Let's get him, Chumley.
Uh-oh. All right, I'm going back to my real home. And you needn't try to get me back. Not after this insult.
Good riddance.
Boy, Tennessee, you sure told him.
Oh, there you are, Tennessee. We were looking for you. I wanted to tell you about our wonderful new platypus. Where is he? Where is our platypus?
Oh, him. We got rid of him fast.
Got rid of him? Why, you numbskulls. If you don't get back that platypus, I'll skin you alive. I'll have you slaving for years.
Run for it, Chumley. We're in trouble.
I warn you, get that platypus back here.
Gee, Tennessee, what do we do now?
Head for our quarters, Chumley. We'll change clothes and then sneak out to see Mr. Whoopi. Maybe he can help us get that platypus back.
So, you want to catch a duck-billed platypus, eh? Well, now, that's a subject I won't try to duck. Get it? Oh, yes. Well, let's take a look at our flashy, flexible... fantastic three-dimensional blackboard. The platypus is a very interesting animal. It's not a fish, not a duck, not a beaver, not a snake, and yet in some ways it is like all of them.
That sounds like that funny-looking platypus, all right.
Yes, indeed. You see, the platypus is much like a fish in the way that it swims, but is also like a duck, because it has webbed feet and a bill instead of a nose. It even lays eggs as the duck does, but it only lays 1, 2, or 3 eggs at one nesting, and when the eggs hatch, the platypus nurses its young like a mammal, such as the beaver. It also has a tail much like the beaver's.
But how is the platypus like a snake?
Well, unlike yours or mine, a snake's body temperature changes with the heat or cold of its surroundings. And so does the platypus. In fact, it is more a link between mammals and reptiles than it is like anything else.
Very interesting, Mr. Whoopi. Now, the platypus we saw said he was going back home. Where would that be?
In Australia, my boy. That's where the platypus comes from. They live in burrows in the back of quiet, deep pools.
Yeah, like our swimming pool.
The platypus stays in his burrow most of the day and comes out only at night to feed in the water.
What the platypuses eat, Mr. Whoopi?
Oh, water insects, worms, and especially shellfish.
Well, that ought to do it. Chumley, we'd better head for Australia and bring back that platypus, or Stanley Livingston will have our heads.
Good luck, Tennessee, and you'll need it. The platypus is very, very hard to catch.
Maybe so, but Tennessee Tuxedo will not fail.
Well, do you have a riddle, Chumley?
Yeah. Why did the lobster get embarrassed?
Because it saw the salad dressing.
Well, Chumley, we made it. I beg your pardon, stranger, but could you direct us to the platypus home?
Well, take you there myself. Just hop into me taxi cab.
Chumley, this is the most ridiculous thing I ever rode in. A kangaroo cab.
Well, now, fancy meeting you here.
We're in trouble, Platypus.
Sounds like your swimming pool got you in hot water.
Stanley Livingston says we have to get you back to the zoo. So, if you'll go, well, we'll let you have our swimming pool all to yourself.
Well, that sounds very good indeed. But as I look at you, I can think of one other small favor.
A small favor? What is it? No, never. Never in a million years. I couldn't do that.
Then I won't go back.
No!
Gee, Tennessee, what did the platypus want you to do?
Forget it, Chumley. It's too terrible to mention. We'll just have to catch that platypus and carry him back.
Sure, Tennessee. We'll just catch him and carry him back and... how are we going to do that?
Simple. Mr. Whoopi said platypuses like shellfish. So, we put these shellfish here. Then each take a hammer and...
And when he comes out...
Remember what I said, my fancy friend. I'll come back with you if you'll simply do the thing for remorse.
No, never. It's too embarrassing.
What now, Tennessee?
Look at that. The burrow has a back entrance. I've got it. We put this blanket over here. Then I go in and chase the platypus out. Right into the blanket.
And when he's under the blanket... I got him! Tennessee. Oh, no. Please, platypus, come back to the zoo.
Glad to, my whiskered friend. Just one small favor I ask of Tennessee.
Oh, no. Tennessee couldn't do that. It's too embarrassing.
Never mind, Chumley. We'll blast that platypus out of there. I'll just light this dynamite and toss it in the back entrance. If the platypus tries to run out the front way...
Howie.
Lunchtime, here you are. One frankfurter on a roll.
Gee, look, Tennessee. The platypus gave me a sizzling hot frankfurter.
Sizzling? Oh, no! Okay, platypus. I give up. I'll do what you ask. Anything to get you back to the zoo.
And so it was that a few days later, back in the Megapolis Zoo...
Well, Chumley, at least you and Tennessee managed to bring back the platypus. But where did he get those ridiculous clothes?
That's how we got him to come back. Tennessee had to give the platypus his tuxedo. And it sure left Tennessee over a barrel.
Tennessee and Chumley will be right back with more cartoon fun.
Come on, Chumley. We'd better get back to the zoo before Stanley misses us.
Gee, Tennessee, how about another riddle?
All right, Chumley, go ahead.
10 birds on a wire, scare one away. How many are left?
I know. None. They all fly away.